Hi, my name is Summy, and today I'm going to talk about my article review. For my article review, I combined two topics that I really enjoy, which is video games and science and engineering. To do this, I read an article by Mary Lee J. Mayo entitled Games for Science and Engineering. The author starts by discussing the current state of science and engineering education. According to her research, the U.S. ranked 73 out of 91 in the number of students who receive these degrees. Only 17% of the U.S. student population chooses to even join these majors. And of that 17% who decide to join, 50% drop out before they finish getting the degree that they started. 98% of those who leave and 86% of those who stay cite poor teaching by faculty as a major concern, and this poor teaching is what's leading to the students dropping out of these fields. On the bright side, science education is improving. We're moving away from traditional lectures to more interactive engagement. What this means is moving away from the sage on the stage to a more hands-on interactive approach. The reason we're doing this is because student understanding increases 100% using interactive engagement versus traditional lecture. The author argues that interactive engagement can be filled by educational video games. She lists 5 reasons why educational video games can fill this void. The first is massive reach. Video games are currently played by both sexes, is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and is also played by all age groups. Video games fit effectively with the current crop of learning paradigms. These include experimental learning, inquiry-based learning, giving students self-efficacy, teaching students how to set goals, cooperation, and providing continuous feedback so students can improve from what they've learned very quickly. Video games have been shown to enhance brain chemistry. What I mean by this is by playing a video game, you increase the amount of dopamine that your brain releases. The release of dopamine has a linear relationship with how well you retain information. So if you increase the amount of dopamine in your brain, the amount of information you can retain increases. Video games also increase the amount of time on task. Students are more likely to play a video game than do other activities such as homework or studying, and the amount of time they spend with the material increases. And lastly, video games have been shown to increase learning outcomes. There haven't been very many studies in this area, but the studies that have been done has shown that incorporating educational video games into lecture or into teaching activities increases student retention. Data and analysis. There were 84 middle school students in this study, 32 in the control group and 52 in the non-control group. The control group was given lecture, lab, demos, and handouts. The non-control group was given lecture, handouts, and a video game to play. The video game they played was an electrostatic video game. The students were also given a pre-test and a post-test to measure their growth in understanding. Results. The results were very encouraging. The students in the control group increased their understanding by 15%, while the students in the non-control group increased their understanding by 28%. This is a 13% more growth in understanding. For the female students, they increased their understanding from 5% to 23%. This is 18% more growth in understanding. The results show that video games had a very positive correlation with students in this study. Critiques. Her hypothesis was not well defined. She did not state her hypothesis directly. Instead, I'd infer it from other information in the article. Group size was also not consistent. She had 32 in her control group and 52 in her non-control group. The article was also written conversationally, so I had to pull the information out of the article. My final critique is about future research. She did not list any. It would have been helpful to list where the studies could go in the future. Thank you for listening to my article critique.